Today we will be discussing about structure and function of leukocytes. This is a point in the first unit of paper 7 named as Immunology for BSc second year. Let us start about discussing these leukocytes. Leukocytes, these are referred as cells of immune system. We know very well that immune system is collection of cells, tissues, molecules and organs. Among them, leukocytes are those cells which are playing very important role in immune response, and hence they are called as cells of immune system. In Greek, leukos means white, cytes means cells, and hence they are normally being referred as white blood cells or white blood corpuscles. Like other cells of immune apparatus or immune system, leukocytes also arise from multipotent stem cells which germinate or which arise from bone marrow, develop there, and then they come in circulation. You find these leukocytes both in blood and lymph, and they are dispersed throughout the body and hence play a very important role in immune response and hence are called as immune cells. These are basically classified into two groups as leukocytes, granulocytes and agranulocytes. This classification is mostly based upon the microscopic observation, right? Under light microscope, microscopic observation of these cells under stained preparation. Leukocytes accordingly are classified into granulocytes and agranulocytes. As the name indicates, granulocytes are those leukocytes wherein visible granules can be seen under light microscope. So granules are present and are visible. This is the first and the most important characteristic of the granulocytes which you need to remember. Secondly, these are having irregular nuclei around 2 to 5 lobes or multi-lobe nuclei you can say. Similarly, granules which are present in the cytoplasm of these granulocytes, they are stained with different colors because they are having different affinity towards different stain. That is, some are having affinity towards basic dye, some are having affinity towards acidic dye, whereas some may not show any specific affinity towards either of the dye. And based on that, we have three different types of granulocytes: neutrophils, basophils and eosinophils. Agranulocytes. Agranulocytes, as the name indicates, most of the time it is being wrongly said that these doesn't contain granules. It's wrong. Agranulocytes also contain granules, but under light microscope the cytoplasm appears uniform and hence the granules are invisible. Whereas in case of granulocytes, granules are present and they are visible. In agranulocyte, granules are present but they are invisible, and so these cells are called as agranulocytes. Granulocytes are of three types: neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil. And agranulocytes, these are of two types. What are they? Monocyte and lymphocyte. Monocyte and lymphocyte. So keep in mind, you can very easily keep this in mind, that all those cells which ends with fill, they are which ends with they are granulocyte, and which ends with site, or you can which ends with site, they are which they are agranulocyte, monocyte and lymphocyte, right? Okay. Then when you come to this particular point, as aspect, I mean to say, as I stated, white blood cells, these are leukocytes, these are categorized into granulocytes and agranulocytes. I have told you the basis of classification. Granulocytes are further of three types: neutrophils, basophils and eosinophils, whereas uh, agranulocytes are of two types: monocytes and lymphocytes. These monocytes, further monocytes, these cells are called as monocytes till the time they are in circulation, blood circulation. When they move from blood vessel into body tissues, they get transformed into macrophages. This process of movement of monocyte from blood vessel into the body tissues is called as diapedesis, is called as diapedesis. D Diapedesis, it is called as diapedesis. Now this movement, then further this gets transformed into what you can say macrophages. So monocytes, when they come into tissue, they are called as macrophages. Some of them get transformed into dendritic cells. Now these macrophages are named differently according to their tissues. Some macrophages, they are free in circulation, whereas some are fixed. Now those fixed macrophages which are there confined to a particular area or a organ or tissue, accordingly different names are given. For example, if a macrophage is fixed in lungs, it is called as alveolar macrophage. If it is fixed in liver, it is called as Kupffer cell, right? So likewise different names are given to the macrophages. So there are two types. Some are free. Those are free, they are basically have playing a role of a scavenger. They will go on cleaning the things, whereas dendritic cells and macrophages as such, they are having a playing a major role of antigen presentation. So they are antigen presenting and processing cells. The complex antigens, these are processed and presented by these macrophages, maybe macrophage or dendritic cell, to the immune apparatus in combination or in association with MHC complex 1 and 2 to the T lymphocytes, and accordingly the immune response is then given. The second type of agranulocyte is lymphocyte. Again, these lymphocytes are of two types. Lymphocytes are of two types. Now, what are these two types of lymphocytes? Small lymphocytes and large lymphocytes. Small lymphocytes and large lymphocytes. Now here one thing you need to keep in mind, that these lymphocytes, which is referred as large lymphocytes and another is referred as small lymphocytes, this large lymphocyte, it gets further transformed, or it act as NK cells, that is called as natural killer cells, whereas the small lymphocytes, they get transformed into B cells and T cells. We know the function of B cells. Now why these are called as small and large lymphocytes? This also is very important. You should always remember, large lymphocyte means those lymphocytes which are having large nucleus, large cytoplasm. Suppose this is a cell and this is the nucleus. Okay, so this is large lymphocyte, right? Whereas when you talk about a small lymphocyte, it is something like this, where there is the cell but it is mostly covered by the nucleus and very small cytoplasm is there. So based on the type of the size of the cytoplasm, if the cytoplasm is very small, it is called as small lymphocyte. If the cytoplasm is large, then it is called as large lymphocytes, right? So large lymphocytes get transformed into natural killer cell, and you know that these natural killer cells are playing a very important role of um, you can say a soldier. They are constantly killing the malignant cells. Whatever malignant cells or cancerous cells are developed in the body and they come in circulation, these natural killer cells identifies them and destroys them as soon as they identify it. Whereas the small lymphocytes, they get bifurcated into B cells and T cells. As you know very well, B cells are those lymphocytes which are having BCR, that is B cell receptor on their surface, right? These are B cell receptor, whereas T cells are those lymphocytes which have T cell receptors on their surface. So accordingly they transform. B cells further get transformed into plasma cells, and these plasma cells get transformed into antibody forming cells and they form the antibodies, where these T cells, they get trained, they get developed in thymus and get differentiated into different types of T cell as T helper cells, T cytotoxic cells and T suppressor cells, and these play a very important role in cell mediated immunity. So these B cells for antibody mediated immunity, and for the T cells, these are for cell mediated immunity, right? So this antibody and cell mediated immunity, they are playing a role. So I think we will stop here and then continue next time.